For the people listening, what's it called?
Christmas with You. Netflix with Amy Garcia, Freddie Prinze Jr. It is
Freddie Prinze, baby.
Yeah, I think it's #1 in 26 countries and top 10 in 80 countries.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yo, wild.
Let's
right? I'm
go.
Like, that's wild. I'm like, okay, we up.
Yes, we are. Big change.
Big change, man. But Christmas with You came, I think the audition came some point in early September of last year. And, Greg came through Greg, and Greg was like, oh, yeah, here's this Christmas movie, you want to, and he was like, only problem is it's a New York local hire. And I was like, all right, like, what is it? He's like, oh, it's like a Netflix, Amy Garcia and Freddie Prinze Jr. And I'm like, Freddie Prinze Jr. coming back? I was like, what? I was like, all right, like, he's like, I think you should, just at least audition for it. And the role of the character was like, I looked at the description and the sides, and it was like, the guy's name was Barry, 40s. That's really all they said. And I was like, they're about to hire some white dude to do this. Yeah. Old white dude, you know what I mean? But he was the head of a record label. So I was just like, okay, let me just give my like interpretation on this. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I just did the tape, sent it in. I think like a week later, Greg called me. He's like, yeah, so you booked the Christmas movie. And I was like, what?
Damn.
And I was like they don't want to do a callback, nothing like that? And he was like, nah, right off the tape. He booked it. I was like, okay, all right, let's go.
Like, that was easier than I was
like, that was way easier than I thought. I thought it was going to be super hard. And it's funny because I was a little like hesitant to do like the facts. I'm like, yo, I had to fly myself out to New York because the New York local. So I had to lie. Basically, I lied. I was like, yeah, I'm in New. Actually, really didn't. I didn't say anything because when you slate, they're supposed to say your name, height, and location. Yeah. And I was like, yo, my name is Lawrence J. Hughes and I'm 5'9". Like I didn't say where I was at all. I was like, let me just not say anything. I forgot to put it in there.
Yeah.
And
that's all right.
Yeah, it's whatever. And so Greg was like, yo, you gotta get to New York, right? And I didn't really have much money when I got Christmas with You. So I'm like, how am I supposed to make this work? Yeah. You know what I mean? Because they were like, my outside dates were, I had to basically be in New York for 3 weeks. You know what I mean? Without, you know what I mean? I'm like, New York is expensive. So how am I going to figure this out? Luckily, grateful for my college roommate. Shout out Gary Esposito. He let me sleep on his couch. And then, of course, I got real acclimated with the New York subway, getting myself to and from set and doing all that on my own. And then being able to like work with Amy Garcia and Freddie Prinze Jr. and Deja Monique Cruz and Zinzi Williams and Nicolette Templar. And then the director, Gabby Tagliavini, and our producer, Herman Michael Torres. It was just, man, bro, it's like a family now, to be honest. And Gabriel Sloyer, let me not forget my dog. Shout out. But it was a super rewarding experience, and we still all keep in touch, now, because of course the movie's doing very, very well. Yeah. It came out, and I almost turned it down. I almost turned it down because I didn't, have the money and all that. But I was just like, I talked to my mom, and my mom was like, oh, well, you got to do what you got to do, son. Of
course.
Blah, blah, blah. So we figured it out. We got out there, and I would be kicking myself right now if I said no to that job. You know what I mean? I'd have been like, what were you thinking?
100%.